Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I'm excited to be here today to show you how I made these sweet little mini cards using the new Hello Honey collection from Rosie's Studio. So I used a few different parts, little bits from the collection, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial to show you how I made them. So this collection is absolutely gorgeous, and as you can see I've used a lot of it up already, but I've still got plenty left to play with, and I'm going to show you how I used the really sweet bingo cards that are in the collection, these little 3x4 bingo cards, as the main sort of like layering piece for these really sweet shaker cards. So let me show you what I used and how we go about doing that. So for the card, I cut out some card bases using some 110-pound cardstock, which I think is about, I don't know how many GSM, but a quite thick cardstock paper that I use for all my card bases. And I cut these pieces of paper, sorry, let me just look on the side, 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. So 7 1/2, 4 1/4, and I folded in half, so it makes the front panel 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's the perfect size for one of these little bingo cards, which are a 3x4. They're like a Project Life card size. So I've cut out a couple of those, pre-scored them. I just wanted them a little bit bigger, so there's still that little outline there. So I'll just pop that over there. So what I did was took one of the cards, then I took some vellum. It's not actually vellum, it's this tracing paper that I get from Gordon Harris here in New Zealand. It's just tracing paper, so 50 sheets. It's just a tracing paper, but it's thick and it's quite like vellum. I think they're pretty much the same thing. So cut that down to match the Project Life card, and then I went away and stitched around 3 sides. So I've actually got my sewing machine over here, so I will just show you this. I layered it over the top. I used this one here, so I'll just show you. So I'm just going to go down around 3 sides. Just one moment. Let's I've stitched around that the 3 sides. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could use double-sided tape. Cut the vellum a little bit bigger and just fold it over, and then double-sided tape it on the back. But I love the stitching. So let me get the one I'm actually going to use, which is this one. And I've made a little sequin mix to go with this collection, and I got some of these little containers, mini dish tier shape. I think they're like for catering, but they're literally the best thing for sequin mixes. So I mix my little sequin mix up, then you just need to pull the vellum and the shaker mix, and then it's almost like a little funnel for sequins. It's so cool. So pop a little bit in there. I'll just go over to the side and sew that top bit down. Okay, so I've stitched all around the outside and we have a cute little shaker. Perfect. So I'll just move these little bits, over here so we can see them. So that's what you're going to be using to layer your bits on. And I always, I make these all the time for all my projects, all my collections. It's just a little paper ruffle. So I will show you how I did that. Not that it's actually that hard, but sometimes it's good to just see how it's done. This is a piece of paper from the 6x6 paper pad. It's 6 by 1 3/4, but you're not going to need it all. I'm just doing it, and these ones I just wanted them quite short, and you can't see them here, but I'm going to layer it up here, and so I don't want it to go all the way across. So I'm just going to sew across the little ruffles, and then I'm going to trim it down to the size I want it. So I've just stitched across there and down there, and you can put any colour, but because this background is pink, I'm going to do a little green background there, and I will just find some scissors and trim that probably about there, just so it's like a nice little layering piece. And I might just, although that's straight, I just need it on a bit more of an angle. So there's my little side ruffle, which is probably actually a little bit short, but that doesn't matter. So I just made these little things, and then I used all the gorgeous cardstock floral ephemera. So this is the cardstock sticker thing. I've already tipped it all out into here, and I've already used quite a bit of it. So there's so many floral pieces in this, but some of them, as you can see, are die cut right to the edge, and some have like a white border, and I really loved all these ones that don't have any white border, so I just picked some of these. I made a whole lot of these cards as one of my projects, and I started each one, as you know, when I make things in bulk, with a big one in the background, and then I picked a smaller size one there. So there's like two. So this one's flat. This one I've actually already put a piece of double-sided foam tape on, and then I got like a little mini one to layer it up on here. So it's just like making a wee bouquet, then getting a really small one, layer it up under here. So it's just making almost like a wee bunch of flowers. And let's find another. Here we go, a nice little bright pink one. So I like how that looks, and it's just like a cute little thing. It's a really great way to layer things up on top, using this as like a base. I'm just going to grab my double-sided tape. And some glue. So let's get going. So I am not going to stick this bottom piece down yet, but I am going to put a little bit of foam tape behind it so it will be puffed up a little bit. And it's very easy. I always, as you know, or you might not because you might be new, so if you are, welcome. I always love having like a base piece to layer my things on, and I seem to stick to quite a similar plan for everything that I do. So I like having a big piece and then layering it up and then tucking bits in. So it's quite easy. I will just show you how I do this one, but you could use anything. You could just put one big floral. There's some really great floral clusters in this collection you could just use. There's some really sweet, there's a chipboard, there's like puffy stickers. You can use anything you want. And with these, I don't glue all the way to the edge because I want to like be able to tuck other little bits behind. So we'll just go like this. Oh my goodness, I've got these nails on and I can never pick the tape off at the best of times. Put that glue there. So it's just sort of like finding the best place, what you think looks good. I love all the different sizes with these, so you can just sort of like lay them up like a little bouquet. Tuck that one in there. Oh, that's maybe a bit too tucked in because I can't really even see it, but that's right, you don't need to see everything. It's all just about like making different heights and shadows, and I don't know all the words for all the bits, but let's just keep going. We'll put a double thickness of this double-sided tape, and I usually just do that by folding it in half. Stick that on the back of this little blue one, pop that one there, and then I'll tuck this pink one in behind. Sometimes if your things aren't tucking in very easily, I just trim like the bit off that you're not actually going to see, and then it goes quite easily there. So I might just pop a little bit of double-sided foam tape on that one. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. This is just like a little idea for making some really sweet, easy cards. So now that I've got those bits laid up, you can see I sort of did this, and if I'll try and add a picture if I can remember how to do that in of how I all the other ones, so you'll be able to see all the different cards, or I will certainly have them over on my Instagram page eventually. So with this one, I will stick that down now, I think, actually. I also tucked in some of the gorgeous foam leaf stickers. Hang on. I can never do two things at once. Anyway, so I'm going to stick this off to the side over here. Pop that on. put it down, and see there I put these little gorgeous, I haven't got that many left in this packet, but I'm just going to use what I have. So this is the puppy sticker sheet. There's all these gorgeous little sprigs and flowers and leaves, and I just loved how these turned out. So I'll get one of these leaves and pop it in like up here so it sticks out, and then because they're all different shades of green, I just love using two different ones, so it just adds a little bit of dimension there. As you can see, I put this similar sort of thing here, but I just think you could use some of these leaves, so you don't have to use these. I'm just showing you what I did, but you know, you could add any kind of leaves. The packet with the great thing about all these like mixed florals, there's so many different things. There's leaves and sprigs and like little bunches of flowers, so this is really sweet. Got that. I popped a wee sentiment on here, and I also used a couple of the little enamel shapes, so I'll show you those. These are the enamel stickers, and there is like hearts, hexagons, hollow hexagons, and dots. So I just picked a couple that went with this. This one's a little bit not as long as that one, so it doesn't have as much sticking out, but that is no problem. And I will pick a little blue dot and just pop them there. I just like how they just sort of poke out to the side. So I think if I had done this again, I would trim that off. I would have probably cut that a little bit longer just so there was a little bit more sticking out, or maybe made the floral sort of a bit more over to that side. So those are the little things. I'll just pop them over there. And then I used a little sentiment. This was one of the little chipboard ones, and I do have some of the chipboards, but I also have these really sweet little foam the little puppy stickers, and I think that little oh hello there would look super cute. So as you can see, if you pop it on there, it's going to sort of be uneven because you've got some things on foam and other things not. So I'll just pop a little bit of foam tape behind there, just on one side. Probably only needs to be about that much, but we'll just play around. We just want to puff that up a little bit so it just sits evenly on there. So I think that will be good. Take that off. And lay that on like that. So that is just perfect. You could, oh, I think I've put it a bit too high, but luckily it's a bit easy enough to move. There we go. There is my little embellished like Project Life card, little bingo card. But all I did for these was just popped it on one of these little card bases. But before I put that on here, I'm going to use one of the little sentiment stamps from the gorgeous clear stamps to stamp a little sentiment inside the card. And I used this one that says, "May today be filled with all the little things that bring you joy." And I just thought that was a really sweet little sentiment just to pop in a little card if you're going to send one to a friend, just for a little note card. So I used this picked raspberry distress oxide ink. I don't really do a lot of stamping, but I have a few of these distress oxides, and I find them really good to stamp. I may have pressed that one a little bit too hard. Let's maybe try this other one. So like I just said, I'm not that great at stamping. Sometimes I press too hard and then I don't press hard enough. Perfect. Look at that little sentiment stamp. So I'll just pop those off to the side to clean off. And then all I need to do is, sorry, I'm not very organized. Just grab some double-sided tape. I just need some double-sided tape to pop on the back of this and then attach it to the card. Super easy. You could even use this as a little embellished Project Life card, but I love how these turned out as like a little mini card. They're just so sweet, perfect to add onto a little gift or just to give to a friend. And then just try and get it on straight. You've got that little sort of 1/8 of an inch around the outside edge, and look at that, absolutely gorgeous. They turned out so sweet. And a really fun way to use up some of these little bingo cards and all the other little goodies in the Hello Honey collection. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them down below. Otherwise, I will try and be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.